What's up, YouTube? It's Crazy Gunner here, and today I'm bringing you guys a domination gameplay on firing range, and this is way out of my comfort zone. I never played domination. However, I was with a group of people who decided to play domination, and so if I do anything noobish or stupid, please do not blame me for it or hate on me for it, because I never played domination, and I will let you guys know that the objective is always my #1 goal. However, in this game, I had a group of people that were extremely skilled, and we all had good communication, so I didn't really need to play the objective too much. However, I was ready to jump in on any flag and risk my KD at any moment in case the time need be, but it didn't, and I am not here to talk to you guys about the gameplay. I'm actually here to talk to you guys about a little predicament I am in. I am having actually some girl trouble. So I'm going to give you guys a little background information on how I met this girl and what's going on. So over the winter break, I got sent into a new Spanish class, and when I arrived, my teacher said, "Let's just sit Crazy Gunner right down next to the cutest girl in class." And I looked at her and said,
"Girl, you so fine and pretty. I want to make you into my chicken wing, and I'm going to cover you in ranch dressing and lick it all off. And you're going to be so tasty and delicious. Girl, we going to make sparks fly."
Okay, so maybe it didn't sound quite exactly like that, but you guys get the gist of it. Anyways, this girl was really hot, and so the very first day I start flirting with her, making fun of her, playfully touching her. That sounded really, really awkward, but despite how awkward I'm making things sound, things were actually going pretty well with her. I had already gotten her phone number by the second day. I'm not going to lie, I did not get it the first day. And I had been talking to her on Facebook and stuff, so things were going along pretty swell. Until a couple weeks later, I had quite a big issue come up. And don't get me wrong, I was not sending mixed signals. I thought I was pretty straightforward about my intentions. I had been sitting with her at lunch, texting, talking over Facebook, kind of hinting towards getting together. And then, out of the blue, on Facebook, she just decides to send me this enormous message saying, "Oh, by the way, I have a boyfriend, but he lives in California. However, we cannot hang out after school because he is afraid that things will happen." But that was not my biggest issue, no. The issue was, she told me that she had been dating him for 6 months, and he had been in California for 4 of those months. I was just flabbergasted by this long-distance relation, and the fact that he actually restricts her to not be able to talk to guys outside of school at all, period. And that isn't even the beginning of how insecure and untrusting he is towards his girlfriend. And the list just goes on and on of the weird things he's done. For example, she had to ask permission to sit with me at lunch, and she had to make me talk to him on the phone and promise that I wouldn't do anything with his girlfriend. Which, I'll agree with him, that part was pretty sensible considering he lived 1,200 miles away from a really, really, really hot girlfriend. And talking to guys at school and doing stuff can lead to messing around, I suppose. However, things got much, much worse when he announced that he was moving back to Texas and gonna be coming back to the same school as me. That was not a good announcement. This is where things start getting a little weird and obsessive. You see, when he got back, he wasn't able to go to school for paperwork purposes and other counseling issues, so he instead had one of his friends spy on his girlfriend to make sure she wasn't seeing any men, and of course, they saw me sitting next to her, so I'm sitting at lunch one day minding my own business when she gets a text saying, "Who's the kid in the brown hair sitting next to you?" And of course, she freaks out because she's like, "How do you know that? You're not at school." And that could not end up well. And in fact, the next text he sent said that they were broken up, and she started crying. And of course, I felt like a douchebag because I kind of felt like it was my fault that they broke up. But then she proceeded to tell me that they break up almost every weekend, and he treats her. Sorry, I was just tripping over my words there like someone's tripping on shrooms right now. He treats her like trash almost every day, and it kind of really pissed me off. And I was like, "Why are you still going out with him?" And she said, "I don't know." And I was like, wow. And then he came to school, and I saw the reason why she's going out with him. He's a 6'2" football player who weighs 220 pounds. And let me tell you, that was a lean 220 pounds. And of course, now I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh, good God, this guy is going to beat the living tar out of me. Fortunately, I realized that this guy is so caught up in his own insecurities that he was probably going to be harmless. So now that you guys see where I'm kind of sitting in my situation, what would you think for me to do, honestly? I mean, I feel like this is one of the most sticky situations I've ever been in. And sticky as in, like what to do. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to compete with a guy who has a body chiseled like a Greek god. But on the other hand, he treats her like trash, like he's her slave owner, and he's so controlling that I can see it affecting her, and it kind of pisses me off, but it also puts me back in the running. And I don't really know what to do. Like, am I still in the running? Should I just give up at all? Like, I really just honestly do not know what to do, and that's why I'm turning to you guys for some backup, you know? If there's anybody out there who has experience with this, who can help me, comment in the comment section, drop me an inbox, do anything to help me. And I'm not even sure that I would actually even want to go out with her in the first place, now knowing that she would allow herself to be treated in such a terrible way and be basically held as a slave to this guy. And on the obsessive and insecure note, one day I was trying to message this girl on Facebook because I needed to know about some Spanish homework, and I found out that she had defriended me. And the next day when I asked her in class, not having my Spanish because I didn't know where it was, she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't me, that was my boyfriend. Yeah, he sometimes goes on my Facebook and deletes all the male friends that I have because he doesn't know them or doesn't trust them or doesn't trust me." And I'm like, how could you possibly be going out with a guy who put such little trust in you to stay pure and stay with him? And she just kind of looked at me and walked away, and I was like, oh, I just lost major brownie points there. I did terrible in that situation. But on the other hand, you know, someone really needs to be pointing this out to her. And should I be the right person to do that? Should I be the wrong person to do that? And I know I've been talking with her friends, and they have been talking about this too. And they've been trying to point it out to her, and she's just kind of like she's looking the other way. She's not really paying that much attention to it, and she says she wants to break up with him, and then when we tell her to actually go and do it, she never does it. She just kind of goes up to him, gives him a kiss, and then they start talking again, and everything keeps going in the same endless track of terror and drama and awfulness. So once again, if anybody here can help me at all, that would be so much appreciated. I don't know what to do. Even if I don't end up going out with her, how can I get her out of the situation? Because I actually care about her, and I would feel terrible if I was in such a bad, poor place as her, and having such a bad partner that was so insecure about themselves. So that is my whole situation. I hope you guys can figure out some way to help me. And if there's anybody out there who's having like the same kind of problems I have, or just has a similar story to me, I'd love if you could tell me. And if you are having problems, maybe we could help work it out together and get you on that path to having a nice girlfriend and a great life. I think that would be an awesome thing to do and a great way for me to interact with you guys. And I'm sorry that this commentary is so personal. If you guys don't like that kind of thing, tell me, but I thought I just needed to be real with you guys. I needed to tell you something personal, and I really wanted some advice on this. Like, if you could honestly help me, that would be so much appreciated. Like, I will love you forever. But that's just one of my most personal commentaries I've ever had with anybody, and to be honest, I think that's the truest, clearest story I've ever told anybody. Nobody in real life has heard that except for now, because I'm screaming it through the house. My parents, my sister, my dogs even probably now know my inner stories in life, and that's a terrible thing, but life must go on. However, this gameplay is now coming to a close. I really hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. I hope it can help me in some way. And please don't forget to leave a like. Every time I don't ask for a like, I feel like there's less likes on the video, and I feel like every time that I don't leave a like, it's because I usually forgot. So this is just a friendly reminder. I'm not commanding you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm Crazy Gunner, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.